Welcome to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. Shocking development in South Sudan. Dr. Machar accused his speaker out as Jonglei fishing violence return. Today we have two important stories that are drawing attention across the country. First one of the men standing trial alongside first by President Dr. Machar has spoken publicly in court, claiming that security officer took his money and valuable during his arrest and never returned them. In our second report, we'll talk about there is a growing concern in Jonglei State after fresh violence erupted between communities in Twitch East and Duke counties of a disputed fishing area. Local leaders are now calling for urgent intervention before the situation gets worse. Before we move on, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin our report with the first one. Machar accused the demand return of his property. A businessman accused in connection with the Nasser attack case has asked the court to order the return of cash, vehicle, and other personal belongings that he said were taken from him during his arrest. The accused Mampal appeared before the special court handling the highly publicized case linked to the March 2025 attack in Nasser County. According to his testimony, security officer arrested him on the 5th of March while he was preparing to travel to Uganda. Mampal told the court that during the arrest, officer took several items from him. These items included his passport, a laptop, computer, 3 wristwatches, including a gold watch, cash in United States dollar, money in South Sudanese pound, a gold necklace, 2 rings, and a travel bag. Mampal stated that these belongings were never returned to him. He also argued that the items were not presented before the court as evidence. Speaking through an interpreter, he appealed directly to the judges. He said he wanted the court to help him recover what had been taken from him because he believed his detention had been unlawful. Mampal further claimed that his family suffered financially during the period he spent in detention. The businessman strongly rejected all accusations against him. He insisted that he had no involvement in the Nasser incident. According to him, the allegations brought by prosecutors were false and unsupported by evidence. Mampal questioned why no witnesses from Nasser had appeared before the court to directly accuse him. Mampal also told the judges that he had not traveled to Nasser since July 2022. This statement was intended to support his argument that he could not have participated in an event that occurred in 2025. However, prosecutors have maintained a different position. Earlier during the trial, digital forensics evidence was reportedly presented to the court. A forensic specialist testified that Mampal had allegedly shared sensitive information related to the attack. The prosecution claimed that the information involved military operation and strategic matter connected to the violence in Nasser. Despite these allegations, the accused continued to deny wrongdoing. The judges overseeing the case have now scheduled additional proceeding. The court announced that questioning of Mampal would continue before moving on to hear testimony from another accused person, Member of Parliament Gadwi Lampoch. This case remains one of the most closely watched legal proceedings in South Sudan. Several high-profile figures have been named among the accused. The list included suspended first by President Dr. Machar and other senior political and military personalities. Authority accused the defendant of involvement in the attack on South Sudan People Defense Forces based in Nasser. The charges include treason, terrorism, murder, crime against humanity, and destruction of property. Prosecutors allege that hundreds of soldiers lost their lives during the attack. They also claim that military equipment worth millions of dollars was destroyed or taken. The defendants have denied all charges. At present, Dr. Machar remains under house arrest, while several other accused individuals continue to be held by security authorities. As the trial continues, many South Sudanese are closely following development. Some citizens hope that the court process will reveal the truth behind what happened. Others have raised concern about fairness, transparency, and respect for legal procedures. Regardless of political view, many people agree that justice should be carried out according to the law. The outcome of this case could have important consequences for South Sudan political landscape. Now let us move to our second major story. As fresh violence break out in Jonglei fishing areas. Communities in Jonglei State once again facing fear and uncertainty following report of renewed violence in disputed fishing ground. Local leaders from Twitch East and Duke counties have expressed serious concern over the latest clashes. According to officials, the violence happened on Monday in remote fishing areas located along the border between the two counties. The fighting comes only a week after previous deadly incident linked to disagreement over ownership of fishing island. Fishing areas are extremely important to communities living along the Nile and surrounding wetland. For many families, fishing is not just a tradition, it is a source of food, income, and survival. Because of this dispute over access to fishing ground can quickly become dangerous. Authorities in Twitch East County said youths from neighboring Duke County attacked one of their fishing villages. The commissioner of Twitch East reported that army youths entered Ali village and took control of the area. He also stated that one resident had been taken hostage during the attack. According to local officials, communication with the affected area has become difficult. As a result, it remains unclear how many people may have been killed or injured. The commissioner warned that there were fear of further attack against other villages. He appealed for immediate intervention from country leader, state authority, and the national government. At the same time, he urged communities to choose dialogue instead of violence. Meanwhile, the commissioner of Duke County condemned the action of the youth involved. He called on them to stop fighting and withdraw from the occupied village. He also appealed for the release of the individual who had reportedly been captured. The commissioner emphasized that displaced residents should be allowed to return home safely. For many observers, these appeals demonstrate the urgent need for a stronger peace effort. This is not the first time that tension between communities in Duke and Twitch East have erupted into violence. Over the past several years, disputes connected to fishing rights have repeatedly led to bloodshed. Community leaders have frequently called for a peaceful solution. However, lasting agreements have remained difficult to achieve. Earlier this year, authorities announced the plan to improve security in contested areas. Yet residents continue to express concern that not enough has been done. Many people living in affected communities say they simply want peace. They want to fish without fear. They want their children to attend school without threat of violence. They want disagreement to be resolved through discussion rather than weapons. The latest clashes serve as a reminder of how unresolved local dispute can have devastating consequences. Every life lost leaves behind grieving families. Every village affected by conflict faces additional hardship. Many South Sudanese are now asking whether stronger intervention can prevent future violence. Others believe that community dialogue must be given a greater role in finding lasting solutions. As this event unfolds, citizens across the country continue to hope for stability and peace. Well, these are two important stories developing in South Sudan. In Juba, a man accused in the Nasser attack case is asking the court to order the return of property he said was taken during his arrest, while continuing to deny all charges against him. In Jonglei State, local leaders are appealing for urgent action after renewed violence disrupted fishing communities and displaced residents. Changfied YouTube channel will continue following these stories. If you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, I would like you to tap the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's meet on the next video.